Captain by a hook with a red beard. Captain by a hook with a red beard.
Oh, baby. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Guess who's back, back, back. Man, been a slow week. You know you're getting old when it takes you a few days. Get over a few burgers and beers on a Sunday. Boy, oh boy. Need to get my life back on track. Let loose for a few days and turn into a week bender. I'm kidding. Joking. Doo-doo. Hit me with the drums. Anyway, it's Thursday, baby. A lot of stuff I want to break down and talk about. Um, Man, it's kind of in that tricky time where you don't want to get fooled. A lot of fool's gold going on around in college hoops. You're looking at teams right now that are predicted to be 14, 13, 15, even 16 seeds. Some of these teams ain't gonna make it. A lot of these teams aren't gonna have an automatic bid. They will have to win their conference tournament, which is one of the beauties of the sport. There's going to be a team that right now is 9-12 and nobody believes in. And hey, papow, ta somehow they will make it as a 16 seed just due to the conference tournament alone. And that's the beauty of it. Automatic bid given to whoever wins the conference tournament, which I'm not going to get into it, is why I dislike the changing of the conferences next season so little or so much. I forgot how I started the sentence, but I don't like it because they're talking about only doing the top 15 teams out of the 20. If you go to a 20-man conference, still, I feel like should be able to squeeze 20 men into the tournament. And now I knew this would be a problem. My biggest thing, I never thought they would even think about cutting people out of it just because of the true joy and beauty of. We saw Virginia Tech do it a few years ago, go from 8 wins and all of a sudden get hot at the right time and make a hot ham run. Now the bottom feeders will be X-nayed away from that. I mean, you're still gonna have a 15 seed in the damn conference with a chance. But anyway, I didn't even get on that as long as I did. Anyway, don't know how I got here. The point I was trying to make is I don't want to look at these big. I want to wait till the end of February to really talk about some of the big names: Big 12, SEC, ACC, Big 10, Pac-12s in their last season. I want to have a better idea of exactly which 8 or 9 teams. I don't want to break down 12 teams, only 7 of them make it out of a conference. I want to get a better idea of that. Same thing with the no name schools. I mean, what's the point of me telling you about Furman for 10 minutes if Furman's really not going to make it into the tournament field? So today I picked some of those lower schools that I think even without winning they'll still get an automatic bid. I mean, of course, they have to continue doing what the hell they're doing. But I picked 4 pretty impressive mid-major schools that you probably have not thought about this season. Some of you might have, some of you might not have. But anyway, definitely want to recap what happened last 24 hours in college hoops. Couple of crazy losses. I'm talking Memphis. I'm talking Kentucky. Definitely want to talk about those games. Damn disgrace to keep it short here in the intro. But anyway, get to all of that and more. Again, breaking down 4 teams. Got 5 bets for you today. My man Franklin has a bet for you coming. All that's coming, baby. We're gonna recap it, preview it, break it down. Give you some bets to get the hell on up out of here. It's Captain by a hook with the red beard, presented by Stare Down Sports. I am Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs. Going live. Oh yeah. Back at it, baby. Feels good to be back in the chair. Uh first day of February. First day of February. February 1st. A beautiful, beautiful Thursday. And according to my calendar, the 32nd day of the year. Some hard math right there. Take 31 and add 1. Well, this is the 32nd day of the year, baby. Going live with you guys right here on Captain by a Hook. A few of the games that jumped out at me. Georgia, they started the year off pretty damn good, exceeding expectations. Wow, Alabama, y'all remember Alabama, them Alabama boys started the season off pretty dull. Everybody was wondering what the hell is going on in Tuscaloosa. Well, this kid they got, Marcus Sears, I believe that's his name. 23 points, 4 steals, 5 assists last night, leading Alabama in a 9-point win on the road. Alabama, baby, doing the damn thing, sitting on top of the SEC. Ever since conference play started, Alabama is one of the few teams you do not want to see in SEC play, home or away. I believe they only have one loss right now and are at the top of the SEC, atop teams like Tennessee and Auburn, who I believe both have 2 losses. And then you got Kentucky, man. Disappointing loss last night. I will get to that momentarily. Purdue, the Boilermakers, Zach Edey, man. Hot ham, hot diggity damn. Zach Edey, 30 points, 15 boards. I mean, just give him the Wooden Award. I I feel like as good as he is, though, he's just adding more and more pressure to himself when March Madness comes and the tournament comes. A lot of talk the last 24 hours I've seen on his teammate Braden Smith not being among the finalists in the Bob Cousy Award. I get it, man. It's college hoops. There, I get that his stats are better than a lot of these guards, but there are so many guards. And I hate to use this as an excuse or a crutch, but there are so many guards in the nation, in the country, in the Big Ten alone that do not have a big man to take 90% of the pressure off of the guards. I mean, really, Braden Smith's job, man, get it up across half court, figure out a way to get the ball down low, make some cuts, spot up, hit open shots, and play your heart out on defense. Now he's playing exceptionally well. All of those perimeter guys for Purdue. Lance Jones, Fred Lawyer, that's not his name. Lawyer something. Some young cat. And then you got Braden Smith. Trust me, I think the committee is looking at it like, man, he's gonna get his awards, he's gonna get his accolades, he's gonna get his national attention playing off of Edey, playing at Purdue. Uh, I'm sure when they make these some of these lists and some of these awards, is to give the guys that don't have the pleasure. They're doing it all on their own. I know that probably don't make sense. I'm probably rambling. Excuse me for that. But even looking at Boo Booey, man, he drops 25 and 8, 5 boards last night. And I mean, he's a superstar. Kind of hard. I need to pick some guys that y'all never heard of and tell you about them. But I mean, even Marcus Sears for Alabama, 23, 4, and 5. Like these guys go out there and they are the star. They are the engine that makes the team run. I don't think Braden Smith in that same role produces what he's producing. I'm not saying it's easy to play off of Edey and be as successful as he is, but it is easier when you have a player like Edey to play off of. Anyway, Purdue, they go to overtime somehow. Win by, what was that, 9? Pretty damn good game from Purdue. Yesterday, the over in that game, the only bet that I had, I gave it out to a few close friends. All of them were thankful. Let's keep it moving, man. West Virginia. Bob Huggins in attendance to see West Virginia taking on Cincinnati, 2 of his old stomping grounds, 2 of my favorite programs because of the Huggy Bear, Bob Huggins. But I really want to talk about this game just to kind of point out Jesse Edwards. This guy might have the worst timing of any college basketball career I've ever seen. He comes in the late last few years of Boeheim at Syracuse, never got used right there. We're not gonna talk about number 11, point guard that's ruined all careers the last 5 years in Syracuse. But man, he transfers to West Virginia. I'm hype as hell for the kid. They got the point guard Kerr from Arizona going over there. I'm like, this is gonna be Bob Huggins' most talented team I've ever seen. And Jesse Edwards last night, 25 points, 10 boards, 4 blocks. This is the kind of performance. This is the kind of output I know this kid can give you. Hasn't had a what's the word? Hasn't had a. I mean, he was at Syracuse for 2 or 3 years, but he's just playing the back of the zone over there. I mean, offense is all guards. I don't know. He hasn't had a good situation. I think this would have been a great year for Jesse Edwards. West Virginia could have been winning. I think you'd even hear about him more with what he's doing this season. But I was looking forward to Huggy coaching them. Baylor, they actually still a win on the road against UCF, who's been a top dog so far in the Big 12. Baylor's under the radar, man. Definitely gonna have to watch out for this team come March. We live, baby. Excuse me. A little bit of breakfast still in the back of my toe. A little bit of breakfast. Baylor, under the radar team. Definitely can't wait to dive deep into their stats. I think I've seen them play once. Even with the eye test, they're under the radar team, ranked 18th in the country. If I had to put a number next to their name, it'd be 40 or 50. Like I said, they are under everybody's radar, including mine. One of those teams I could see in the Sweet 16 without batting an eye, but I don't know if I would call it. So definitely gonna have to do some more homework on Baylor. Virginia, another under the radar team. Definitely wanted to bring this team up. They're only 2 games back right now, behind North Carolina, behind Duke. Came out with a horrible start to ACC play. They've now won 5 in a row. They're rolling. Beat Notre Dame by 12 last night. Beekman, 21 points and 6 assists in that one. Uh, Virginia, baby. Like I said, 5 wins in a row. Only 2 games back from Notre Dame. I mean, from North Carolina and Duke. Virginia was my preseason pick to win the ACC. Picked them last year too, and they came close, but no cigar. Rich what? Richmond. They moved to 8-0 in conference play after annihilating Fordham last night by 14. Pittsburgh, I'm talking ACC again. They beat Wake Forest by 5. A few other big games. Boom, and I got to them. Florida taking down Kentucky. Them Tucky boys. Tucky at home losing to Florida. This is Florida's first road win against a top 10 opponent in 20 years. Oh, blase. Florida's now the talk of the town. Florida is going to be in the bracket making noise. Florida. That's all I heard about in the last 24 hours since they beat Kentucky. I will tell you my assumption on Florida. Underachieving. Thought they'd be better. Expected more. Expected them to be at the top of this SEC with Bama, Auburn, Tennessee, and Kentucky. And they're getting there. But thought it would be quicker than this, thought it'd be better than this. I didn't think them beating Kentucky at this point in the season would be such a surprise. And boy, was I wrong. I would have bet Kentucky yesterday 1,000%. Minus 5.5 scared me a little bit. I had it at 3.5, but regardless, I would have been wrong. Regardless, I would have lost. Kentucky now 0-2 to my knowledge in overtime games. That's without doing any research. That's just me following this shit every damn day. Rice, I'm talking Houston, baby. H-Town, stay down. River Oaks area to be exact. They beat Memphis in Memphis. Memphis now dropped 4 in a row. They lose to Tulane, lose to Rice. I don't even know the other two teams. I forget. Two scrub ass teams in their conference. This conference is supposed to be a 2-team conference. Supposed to have Florida Atlantic. Let's just say 7-1. I don't know their record. And Memphis 7-1. Everybody else 5-3. No, you got Charlotte. You got Florida Atlantic. You got UCF. USF, one of South Florida. You got some good ass teams, and Memphis ain't one of them right now. David Jones need to figure it out again. Well, I don't know what the hell happened to this team. I saw a tweet something about some kid was gone. They go 10-0. He comes back. They 0-4. Can't put all the blame on a kid that wasn't even there half the time. Let's get the kids that's been there every game. Figure out the incoherency from the few games I watched, and I haven't watched the game since the Tulane game. They need to pass the damn ball more. That ball does not move. He got 5 James Hardens out there on offense, and it's not winning basketball at this level. They can guard you at this level. It doesn't make any sense. If these cats was that nice, they'd be at the next level already. A lot of upperclassmen on Memphis. Just got to get their mentality out of that one and done. I need to move the rock, man. I think it's that simple. But hey, I could be wrong. I'm sitting on my couch. I ain't in practice. I don't know what Penny's preaching. But hey, there's too much talk, not enough walk coming out of Memphis. Auburn, they handle business against Vanderbilt. Boise State, don't call it an upset. They beat New Mexico and beat them bad. To go into the pit of New Mexico and come out with a win, that is it takes a lot of gall. I'll say that. UConn, 9-point win over Providence. UConn might be better than last season. I've said it for a while. I think they're the best team this season. They might be better than they were last season. Had a lot of NBA talent last season, a lot of NBA size last season. This season, they're a straight up college basketball power in house. I'm not saying Stephen Castle is or will ever be better than Jordan Hawkins, but Jordan Hawkins, as great as he is, one two-dimensional player. He'll hit the jumper. He'll hit the jumper off the dribble. Hit the jumper off the screen. He's going to get you a damn bucket, NBA style scorer. Stephen Castle, just an all around great college basketball player. He's going to rebound. He's going to score. He's going to pass it. He's going to play lockdown defense. He's literally one of the best overall players I've seen. And he happens to play for UConn. Tristan Newton. What's the kid name? Cam Spencer. These 3 guards probably not going to be much at the next level. Not like the Andre Jackson, Jordan Hawkins of last year. But these 3 guards, boy, are they special at this level. And boy, are they special together. 2 games with Donovan Clingan starting. We have seen this team take 2 steps. They've improved that much. Just Providence and Xavier. Wow. Those 2 games on Sunday and last night. I don't see anybody beating UConn except for themselves. Uh, I'd be running to the book right now if I was y'all and getting me some UConn futures. Because, I mean, it literally, if they lose, it's because they beat themselves. You're not going to look at a team. There's no team out of the 68 teams that'll be in the bracket with them that you can say, oh, they beat them. They just flat out beat them. It's going to be, damn, UConn went cold. Damn, they didn't make free throws. What happened to their rebound? It's going to be something that they do to themselves. Just to finish up last night, St. Mary's 5-point win over Santa Clara. Penn State holds Rutgers to 46 points in that game in Arkansas. Kansas, trying to get things rolling. They get a win over Missouri. Must needed win. Might I add? I gotta start shortening these recaps. They're probably like, yeah, whatever, we saw this captain by a hook, baby. I kind of said it in the beginning. Don't feel like explaining myself again. Pick some teams I think are going to be in the tournament that are lower on the list. These big conferences, I want to kind of wait for them to battle it out over the next few weeks. And then you got some of these lower named teams that I don't think, teams like North Texas, who was in the bracket last week, definitely out of the bracket now. It's going to be a bunch of those teams. So I kind of went for the 8 to 13 range, grab 4 teams that I'm pretty sure. I mean, of course, they have to win that one, not a win out, but they have to keep winning I think they'll keep winning. I believe these four teams will be in the braquito once it comes out. Some of them I think will be dangerous. Some of them I think will just be filling up the seats, early exits, if you know what I mean. I'm gonna start this off, baby. Good old Grand Canyon University. Also got a bet on them tonight. A little foreshadowing. Dun 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 dun. Yeah, Grand Canyon, baby. One of the better teams in the nation. 19-2 overall record. Only two losses. However, only 1-1 in quad one. One of those losses early in the season. They lose by 7 to South Carolina, one of the most dangerous teams that nobody's talking about. At the top of the SEC, South Carolina. The other loss they have is to Seattle, who they get to play again tonight. Lost at Seattle by 6 about 10 days ago. And now they get Seattle over there in Phoenix, baby, off 35th Ave. Going to be an exciting, electric game. I think GCU's minus the 9.5. I'm laying it. Defensive rating 0.95 points per possession scored against this team. That's 38th ranked, 39th ranked in offense, top 40, both offensive and defensive efficiency. They score about 1.16 points per possession and they slow the game down, but they can run it if they need to. 246 ranked in pace, top 30 on defense in opposing teams' effective field goal, holding opposing teams to under 47% shooting. That's that's 2 pointers, 3 pointers, and free throws combined, I believe. Um, they turn the teams they're playing over at a rate of 18% of possessions. That's top 40. And then top 60, they guard the 3 point line. Teams are only shooting 31.5% against them. That's 57th ranked in the nation. And then inside the 2 point line, once they run you off of it, they switch and they rotate immaculately. Is that a word? Somebody look that up. It don't matter if it's a word. This team plays some damn defense, is what I'm saying. Inside the arc, they hold teams to about 45% shooting, which is 33rd ranked in the nation, 57th ranked in the nation outside the 3 point line, holding teams to 31% shooting from beyond the arc. This team, one thing they're good at is getting to the free throw line. About 50% of their shot attempts are from the free throw line. That is a huge number, crazy number. And if you ask me what they shoot from the free throw line, I'll be happy to tell you about 74%. Top 80 in the nation. Not bad. Not bad at all. They do have 4 players, 3 players averaging double digits, 1 player averaging 20 and 6, uh, 2 more players averaging around 14, 15. And then they do have the 2 players, one averaging 9, one averaging 7. Spread it out, man. They got a few other players averaging 2 to 4, a bunch of other players. Looks like they run deep. Looks like minutes wise, you get the heavy bulk of minutes from 3 players. 2 other players get to play about half the game, and then you got about 6 or 7 players, all averaging anywhere from 3 to 12 minutes per game. And everybody's producing, man. Everybody's putting up buckets. Everybody's getting boards. This team only has 2 losses in the entire season. 1-1 against Quad One, 9-1 conference play, 19-2 overall. Haven't lost a game since January 20th. And if you take that game away, they haven't lost a game since November 19th. I mean, 2 losses on the whole season. I was about to say 1 loss since November. 2 losses the entire season. And they're winning big. They're winning good. They're winning by a lot. I mean, some of their big wins, you got San Diego State. That's their only quad one win. They beat San Diego State by 6. A lot of quad 2 stuff, quad 3 and 4. Not their fault, though. But I mean, this team could easily win out and literally end up with a record of 28-2. And no matter what they do, they'll be in the tournament. Um, I forget what they're ranked right now. Should have looked that up. See if I can find it real quick. I'm not married to it though. It really don't matter. This stuff will move around. Of course, this stuff will move around. Right now they're 11 seed. I can see them as 11, 12, 10, even 13 lowest. Definitely gonna be from that. I'd be surprised if they get up to 9, but I think they're gonna be a 10 to 12 seed. Right now they play Utah State. Yikes, that'll be a good damn game though. Be a good damn game. The next team I'm going to talk about, a rich what? A rich men. Impressed me super duper these last 2 day games. Go ahead and beat Dayton on Saturday, and then last night just to just to prove a point, they come out and get a huge win over Fordham. Just to put an exclamation point, they got a kid, Jay King. He dropped 29 last night. He's leading the way for this team. Jordan King, he's averaging 19 and a half points a game. Two other players are averaging double digits with him. They got a fourth player averaging 9.5. Got a fifth player averaging 9. So definitely can go get some buckets. 16-5 on the season, 8-0, undefeated in conference play. 1-2 against quad one. Always scares me because you get in the tournament, everybody's quad one. Uh, Believe it or not, a lot of this team struggles, and I don't know if this is due to injury or if they finally got rolling once January turned. Um, but it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 game win streak. Um, Dayton, Loyola Chicago, Davidson, few of the names of teams that they've beaten. Even Charlotte, who's pretty damn good, who I'll talk about here next, they beat. But since December 9th, have not lost a game, going on about 6 weeks now. Their next game is against VCU. They're projected to lose that. But that's only one or two games they're projected to lose the rest of the way down the season. Top 50 defense, number 47th in efficiency on defense, only giving up 0.96 points per game, 1.08 points per game on offense. Top 10 in protecting the ball, number 7th in the nation in turnover percentage when they're on offense, only turning the ball over on 11.6% of their possessions. They're top 30 fouling, top 30 teams shooting against them, and top 50 inside the line. This team plays defense. Do defense. Say it again for the people in the back. They also shoot 37% from the 3-point line. This is the type of team that is dangerous in tournament time. GCU, I don't know. They gonna show up or they not. I'm gonna talk about Charlotte. I'm gonna talk about McNeese State. Both of those teams gonna have to show up. Richmond, they can win the game a few different ways. They can win a 56-55 barn burner. They could also put up 90 points and either beat you by 20 or winning the shootout 90-85. This team don't care. They're gonna get it how they live and live how they get it. Definitely one of the teams I'll be excited about betting in the first round. Of course, it all depends on matchups and numbers and spreads and all of that stuff. But moving on to Charlotte. Absolutely love this team. I've already talked about the American, yet I did not talk about Charlotte, and I've regretted it. And since then, they've just been playing better and better and better and better. So I decided to talk about them today. Top 100 in both offensive and defensive efficiency. Only 13-7 overall. But again, one of those weird turning on since January started, since conference play started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One is a 7 in a row. They're only projected to lose 2 more games all season. They're projected to end 16-2 in conference play and 21-8 You get anywhere around that 20-9, even 19-10 with a good conference record. I think this team will be in the damn tournament. But right now, they are projected. Sorry, I didn't give you Richmond. Richmond is projected to be a 12 seed. Charlotte projected to be a 13 seed. I think Richmond will be 12 or 13. This Charlotte team, I don't know, man. They lose two in a row. They might not be in it. Definitely not one of those conferences. I mean, they're the American. You got Florida Atlantic. You got Memphis. Tulane. You got a bunch of teams. They're gonna have to crawl and fight and nail their way into this. Definitely gonna have to end the season strong, and definitely gonna have a good American Conference tournament. And by good, I mean they just can't lose first round, pretty much. Uh, you win first game, lose second game, depending on your record. You might have to win two. Maybe you lose in the final four. I'm talking about the conference tournament for the American Conference. Uh, I think you'd have to get two of those for all these teams if they're not going to straight out win it, and if they're not named Memphis or Florida Atlantic, which Florida or Memphis. Don't go breaking my heart. You hear me sing that song all the time? Memphis is making me crazy and breaking my heart. Got about 6 tickets of Memphis to win this conference. I ripped them all up last night. I said, even if they win, I don't want the money. They don't deserve it. I'm joking. But I want to rip them up. But you always got to hold out the hope, and you don't rip them up. But you and I, we know that these tickets are worthless. Anyway, also, I've been talking about Memphis being a Final Four team for 3 damn months now. Sheesh. PU. Come on, Penny. Get them together, bro. Let me talk to them. I'll holler at them for a minute. Get them kids straight. Getting back to Charlotte, baby. 88th in defensive efficiency, 96th in offensive efficiency. On offense, averaging 1.1 points per possession. On defense, holding opponents 0.98 points per possession. Other than that, don't do anything great. They guard the 3 point line very good, very well. Top 40 in that statistic. Other than that, I mean, they're middle of the pack at best in a lot of this stuff. They do take care of the ball, only giving up turnovers on 13.6% of their possessions. However, they don't cause a lot of turnovers. Um, like I said, they're 13-7, 1-3 against quad one. They are 7-1 in a tough conference, underrated tough conference. 4 players in double digits, two more players is averaging 6 or more. I'm not scared of this team at all, though. Charlotte, like I said, 13th right now definitely would be. I wouldn't even think about it. It'd be right now they'd play Duke. I would take Duke minus 11 and 13.5. I don't think Charlotte can stand with the big dogs like I think Richmond or Grand Canyon can. Last team I'm gonna talk about today. These boys in Lake Charles, Louisiana, holding it down for the Southland. Now this team scares me because they haven't even played a quad one team yet. Start smelling fishy. 19-2, however, on the season, 8-0 in conference play. I mean, absolutely spectacular. 2-2 against quad two. Both their losses coming in November. Have not lost a game since November 22nd, and that was against a Louisiana Tech team that is pretty damn good. But since then, I mean, this team's just been running away with it every game. They just been pushing it. They did have that 1 point slammer a few weeks ago. Other than that, I mean, they're winning by 15, 20, 30 points in these games. They take on Southeastern Louisiana. When is that? Saturday, I guess. Definitely will be probably better than them. But I like this McNeese State team. They have 5 players averaging double digits, and then a few other ones averaging about 4 points. Again, this team's only lost 2 games. They did have the game I'm talking about, Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Lucky buzzer beater. Just missed a bunch of free throws in that game. As I was pointed out to on the X on Twitter. Um, They made a bunch of free throws the game before. It's like, bro, I'm a gambler. Give a damn. Did they cover this game? Trust me, I bet the game before that y'all talking about. They did hit their free throws. They did cover the point spread. I'm talking about the game that they almost lost because they missed 5, 6 free throws. That's the game I'm talking about. That's the red flag I'm saying. Hey, yo, coach, get these boys shooting free throws, man. I need 30 makes after every practice, minimum. It used to be 500 in my day, but these kids got social media and video games to get back to. You got to keep them mentally happy. Too much work could just give them anxiety. Just give me 30, man. 30 should be good for these weaklings. Anyway, 21st ranked in the nation. I'm talking McNeese State, 21st ranked in offense, averaging 1.18 points per game. This team runs, and they run it well. 17th in the nation in pace. On defense, they can't be better than their offense. Ranked 12th in the nation, only giving up 0.91 points per possession. Take care of the ball. 14th in the nation. 12% of their possessions end in turnover. They are first in the nation. Shoot 'em up. Oh, yeah. I, 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 I. I wish Will Wade would have scheduled this team some better non-conference games. Like, I wish they would have played. They played Michigan. They tried. They did play Michigan, but I wish they would have had another team. And again, Michigan's trash this year. But I wish this team would have really played 2 or 3 Big 10, Big 12, even Pac 12, ACC, whatever they can get, SEC. They down here in the South. Go play a game against the Tigers, man. Will Wade probably be interested if he goes back to Baton Rouge. But this is a team that scares the life out of me on any bracket, on any tournament. Right now, I believe they're a pretty high seed. They're a 12 seed. They definitely would be one of those 12 seeds that'll slap that 5 seed and give the 4 seed a run for their money. Do they go to the Sweet 16? Who the hell am I? I have no idea. I think I'm betting them first round though. First in the nation at shooting threes, 3-point percentage, 41.6% from behind the arc. Hey, 51% shooting it inside the arc. What does scare me though, and to my point on Twitter, get this team in the damn gym practicing free throws. 40% of their possessions end in free throws. They're 36th in the nation at getting to the free throw line. When it comes to shooting free throws, you're looking at 69.63%, which is 250th in the rankings out of 360. Very bottom of the pack when it comes to shooting and making free throws. Definitely could see this team up 4 or 5 against a good team in the first or second round, and missed free throws end up biting them in the arse. Pretty good defensive team, like I said, 12th in the nation on efficiency alone. They force turnovers at a high rate. Almost 19% of opposition's teams' possessions end in a turnover. That's ranked 28th nationally, ranked 41st nationally, guarding inside the 3-point line. However, if they run into a team that can shoot it with them, they are ranked 229th at guarding the 3-point line. Team shooting about 35% on them. So this team can come out hot, put up 95 points, and get some upsets, be in the Sweet 16 like that. Nobody will see it coming but me and whoever's listening. However, this team could also come out and be cold. Hasn't played a quad one team all season and just get ran out the water. Right now, the way the bracket's set up, they'd play BYU. I'd take McNeese State +7, +9 against BYU, and probably even sprinkle something on the money line. If everything goes how everything goes, they'd play Kentucky the next round, and that's when it'll get dangerous. They can score with Kentucky. Like I said, Kentucky's lost 2 overtime games. Kentucky doesn't have a closer to get a bucket when they need it. That could be a game. Then McNeese's free throws come in. It'll definitely be a hard game to handicap. Definitely be a hard game to bet. But if you give me anything over 6 points with McNeese State, I'd have to take it. And Kentucky could beat them by 30. Like I said, this team hasn't played a quad one team. We don't know what this team is truly like against a true opponent. But against the opponents they scheduled, they're 19-2, 8-0 in conference play, and haven't lost a game since November 22nd. It's February. They went all January, all December without losing. Excuse me. Oh my God, I'm geeked about this damn tourney, man. Geeked about the tourney. Oh, doop, doop. Man, I could talk March Madness all day and tomorrow. Matter of fact, I will be back tomorrow. It's Captain by a Hook, baby. Monday through Friday, live at 7 a.m. With his lying ass. Hey, now. What's it? How many days is it? I'm gonna waste 5 minutes of your time and do some quick math because I'm talking to myself over here. I gotta Google it actually. I don't even feel like thinking. How many week days is in a year? 250 to 260. I'm probably here 240 of those 250. Giving y'all a show live. I mean, we only been live a year and 2 months. I think November 7th, 2022 was when I kicked this show off. This is episode 292, about to hit 300. And that's in a year and roughly 3 months, I guess, if you count December, January, and then now February. So 15 months, 292 episodes. It's Captain by a Hook, baby. It's Captain by a Hook. The Red Beard, presented by Stare Down Sports. Let's preview today, baby. Jump into it. Not too many games, and I got 5 bets for you, so ain't really gonna be previewing much. Might just get straight to the Betty Wetties. I'm talking the Green Wave of Tulane. They're taking on SMU over there in Texas. Plus 8.5 on Tulane. I like it. I love it. That is probably my favorite bet I'm not taking today. I already got some line movement on some of the bets I am taking. Love it, man. But Tulane plus 8.5. How could you not? I mean, I'm not. But how could you not? Ah, it's so tough, man. It's like you want to just bet 10 games a day, but that is basically just begging to lose at some point. Gotta pick and choose, pick and choose, pick and choose. Thought they had some more games I could talk about. I did mean to bring up, I mean, it don't really matter at this point. I did talk about the ACC with Virginia. I meant to bring up Houston, winning 5 in a row, being at the top of the Big 12. Iowa State and Texas Tech in second. Woo! Put that on a bingo card. Man, I'm dying. You ever just go no sleep, start getting the shakes around 8 o'clock in the morning? California knows how to play. They play Arizona tonight. Arizona's minus 17.5. Arizona needs to get right, man. I don't trust them any spread over 3.5, 4. They need to get right. This is a game they can show me, hey, we right. I need them to win this game by 25, 30. Need them to put up 100 on them. Last time I said they're going to put up 100 and the opponent going to put up 50. They lost 83-80 on a step back buzzer beater. Slapping. Slapping thighs. Stealing eyes. But yeah, Arizona minus 17 and a half. I mean, you just can't. You can't do it. You can't do it. Do, 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 You can't do it. Yeah, not much rocking, man. Might as well just get down and dirty and get into the better Rooskies. UCLA minus 10 and a half is just comical. They did beat USC by 15 last week. USC also plays tonight. A little more foreshadowing there. Let's just jump on into it, man. The hell am I previewing for? This is Captain by a Hook with the red beard, presented by Stare Down Sports. Getting into the college basketball bets of tonight. Let's start off in the Big Ten, baby. Get some Big Ten action. You got Wisconsin, one of the best teams, actually the best team, I believe. Yes, they are a 3-win streak, 8-1, sitting atop, one game above Purdue, who's got 6 wins in a row, and 2 games above Illinois. I believe Big Ten has the like they got the 1 loss team, 2 loss team, 3 loss team, 4 loss team, 5 loss team. A lot of these conferences have like 2 people at 1 and 4 people at 3. But they're the one of the few that got the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But anyway, long story short, they're taking on Nebraska. Nebraska started off very, very, very hot. A lot of talk in January about this team being a tournament team. Get the hell out of my face. Kese Tomenaga is my guy. Regardless of my guy or not, Nebraska has been on a bad, bad slide the last 2 weeks. I will take Wisconsin. I believe Nebraska only put up 50. They had a bad out in the last game. I can't remember who they played. Give me Wisconsin, though. This is a good right spot for Nebraska at home. But Nebraska, I think they just come up short tonight. I think Wisconsin controls the game. Kind of like Wisconsin did at Michigan State Friday night. If they could do it to Michigan State, they can do it to Nebraska. That's like the worst way to handicap a game. Just letting y'all know. I say that jokingly. Well, hey, if they beat them, they should be able to beat them. Especially at the college level, man. Kids get one bad grade and they can't hit a shot for 2 weeks. Anyway, moving it on, baby. Grand Canyon University, they're getting a lot of talk of the town. Speaking of Grand Canyon University, F them. Give me them -9 though, -9.5. They're taking on Seattle at home. Seattle beat them about 10 days ago, 11 if you do the math right. Give me Grand Canyon to get their get back tonight and get back a lot, get back right. Give me Grand Canyon minus the 9.5. Think they win this one by about 15, uh, which is the number I got, 14.5, 15.5. I was expecting it to be somewhere around there. Love the 9.5 on Grand Canyon. And again, one more time, F them. We're gonna go under here. Don't take a lot of unders, but I like this one a lot. Arizona State, they don't play to anybody. They play to them. Stanford, I mean, don't even get me started on Stanford. I lost rent money on Stanford last Friday night. Sheesh, up the whole damn game. Don't even bring me back. Ruined my whole weekend before it even started. Anyway, tons of jokes here. A lot of truth. Uh, Arizona State, Stanford, give me the under 151.5. I think whoever gets to 70, they'll be up by 10. I think this is a game that stays in the 60s, 68, 62. I have it going somewhere around there. Don't care who wins. Just give me the under. Give me some defense. Do, do. Definitely think both of these teams struggle to score tonight. Under 151. Love it. My number is 144, and that would be under. I would bet the under in that. So I really got it around 140, 141. 151 is way too high for this game. Give me the under in Arizona State, Stanford. And this one makes me a little nervous. It makes me a little nervous, man. Eastern Washington. They're hot. One of the talks of the town. 7-1 in conference play. They're on the road tonight against a pesky Montana State. Montana State. Montana. You like what I did there? Montana State. Montana State at home plus 3.5. You're getting Eastern Washington as favorites on the road. This might be the one bet I kind of hate, but I feel like ah, it's Eastern Washington minus 3.5. But then they're going on the road playing a pesky Montana State team. Probably should stay away from it. But I just feel like if I don't take it and they win, it'll bite me. I'd rather take the loss and get bit, I guess. Gambling's weird like that. Tell you I love Tulane, ain't betting it. Hate this bet and betting it. So, uh, if you don't like it, might be the one to stay away from. But Eastern Washington minus 3.5, and definitely down on my slip. And now for the best bet of the day, I need to bring my man's Franklin Earl, a Beardwinaton, out. So that means that I need somebody, anybody, hit me with the horns. Yeah. Franklin Earl. Winnerton with the best bet of the day. Sheesh. How you love it. How you love it, man. Anyway, best bet of the day. Get right to it. USC, abysmal. Worst season I've seen from the Trojans since, I want to say, that's a joke. I was about to say since before Dwight Lewis and Taj Gibson. It's like kind of the OJ Mayo years for the ones. Oh man, Tim Floyd era. Y'all boys, I'm going way back too far for y'all boys. Anyway, USC man ain't been the same since my boy Dwight Lewis. Shout out to Dwight Lewis, man. I know he ain't watching, but shout out to you, man. I look you up every year just to check on you, see what you're doing overseas. My boy, Dwight around your lips. Oregon, they're taking on USC tonight. USC, like I said, abysmal at the bottom of the pack. Pac 12 to be exact. At the bottom of the Pac 12 conference, USC just crawling and fighting. And honestly, this season's over. They could win out, and I don't think anybody would care. Give me Oregon, man. I got it at minus 1.5. It's already moved to minus 2.5. If you wait much longer, I'm sure it'll be 3.5 by tip. This game is definitely going to get bet out Oregon's way. USC coming off a horrible performance against UCLA, who's second to last in the Pac 12 conference. Oregon, man, might be the easiest bet of the year, minus 1.5. Best bet of the day for sure, minus 2.5. I mean, if you're a smart gambler, just bet everything on this. Don't worry about the other 4 bets I gave you. That's just for fun. Uh, I need to start doing that more, actually. My boy Franklin Earl won last night, won Tuesday. I mean, it's a pretty good week though. Where we at? 4-5 and 4 and 2. So can't be mad at it. But Franklin Earl 2-0 this week, going for his third plate of the week, and it's on Oregon minus the 2 and the hook. Yes, sir. Like how I brought it back for you, huh? Like how I brought it back for you, huh? Anyway, best bet of the day, baby. Oregon minus 2 on the road, taking on USC. Just to recap some other bets, we got Wisconsin on the money line, even money, baby, pretty much. Minus 110 on the money line with Wisconsin over Nebraska. Grand Canyon University minus the 9.5 at home against Seattle. We're taking the under Stanford and Arizona State. That's under 151.5. And then the bet that I hate, but I'm taking Eastern Washington taking on Montana State. Eastern Washington minus 3.5 on the road against a pesky Montana State team. Man, definitely. First day of February. Definitely looking forward to diving even deeper and breaking down March Madness even more, even más for the Espanol speakers. Definitely got a bunch of stuff written down. I mean, I spent 2 or 3 hours yesterday just writing down pointless stuff, pointless stats, pointless stuff. I like to keep my eyes, so I'm not surprised, if that makes any sense. One of my favorite sayings, man, it ain't no thing, ain't no thing, ain't no thing but a chicken wing on a string from Burger King. Yeah, I thought you forgot. Yes, sir. If you can name that movie, who gives a damn? Anyway, thank y'all for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the love, and thank you for the support. Almost here, man. Exciting, yet sad. 6 Thursdays away, officially 6 Thursdays away. This time in 6 weeks, I'll be watching some games, and they'll have the March Madness logo on the court. Another season, man. Coming and going. Can't wait. Wish I could suspend it. Wish I can go back to, and not even with the answers, just to relive last 2, 3 months. Because it's about to be over. Now, if I can go back with the answers, if I can go back with my book, Gambler's Dream. Am I right? Yeah, just bring me back 3 months in time with my book. Got every bet I placed, all the wrongs, all the rights. I'd be slapping 4 legs every night. Anyway, that's a damn joke. I mean, it'd be fun, get rich, but I feel like it'd get boring pretty quick. Anyway, again, thank y'all for listening. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the love and support. This is Captain By a Hook with the Red Beard, presented by Stare Down Sports. I am Rowan Donaghy, aka Rowan Dobbs, going live on a beautiful, amazing, the sun's out Thursday, 2 days before the weekend. Feels like a damn Monday for me. I'm on no sleep. Don't ask me why, and don't ask me how. Just know it's gold teeth when I smile. Blink. Anyway, take all of these wagers at your own risk, and please, please, gamble responsibly. Dobbs.